Welcome to Meeple, uniting players around the world. A 30-minute exploration of PJ and Gareth's board game experiences from across both sides of the Atlantic. Each episode, they share their thoughts and opinions on the world of board games, including their favourite themes, games, hot topics, and much, much more.
Welcome to episode 27. I'm PJ.
And I'm Gareth.
And today, a special treat for you, a WingspanGirl world premiere from Poland with Love. That's right. We are going to introduce you all to the beloved WingspanGirl, Gosia. Gosia, how are you?
A little nervous.
Oh,
Nothing to be nervous about. Not with us, anyway.
Not at all. Yeah, we're a bunch of fools, so you can be Well, thanks for joining us. You're our first guest within the Instagram community. I don't know if, Gareth, have we decided on a title that we're going to call this segment going forward yet?
Not yet.
No?
Any ideas are welcome. It could be Meeple to Meeple guess. There's some originality for you, but I think we can come up with something slightly better. And listeners, yes, I'm ill again and I have a cold this time. So excuse my slightly nasally voice. But we're here. I'm looking forward to chatting to Gosia and learning all about Wingspan. But I assume there's other games. Maybe it's something about Obsession as well, from what I've seen.
Probably. So Gosia, why don't you let's just dive in. How did you get started in this great hobby of ours?
So my first contact with a board game was the one that I remember was when I was about, 4 years old. And I was sitting in my mother's lap and blowing into the Monopoly money. Just for fun. And then, I played some classic old board games like Monopoly and Ludo. And then with my cousins, we played Talisman.
It's one of the best games. That's how I started. Talisman.
And
I've never experienced Talisman before. Did you like it?
Yes, I liked it. It was a fun game. And it's an adventure game. Well, it's old now because the mechanic is quite...
Yeah, it's just rolling dice. It's just more nostalgia. Yeah, it's
yes.
Yeah, I still really enjoy it.
A frog was
that's it. Turning into a frog.
That was the highlight of
the game.
Christmas. Because we played it on Christmas. And then a few years later, they introduced me to Carcassonne. It was my first time I played Carcassonne. Then I played some Scrabble with my now husband. And, we played after getting married a bit. Then I had a long pause with playing games. And then my sister, known as Lucky Meeple, started to play games.
Yeah.
Her first game was Splendor, and then Ticket to Ride, and she showed me how to play them. And then I liked them, so I bought them for Christmas for my family. Then we played at my sister's place. We played another game called Karak. It's a dungeon crawler for kids.
Yeah.
And my sons liked it, so I thought I'd get it for them. And as I was looking for Karak, I found another game, a blue box with a beautiful bird.
That's where the story begins.
Here we go. This is what everyone's been waiting for.
Yes. So I saw the box and I said, wow, this. And I started reading about it and watching videos. And I thought, that's a game for me.
And how long ago was that? How is that? How many? 2 or 3 years? Was there anything when?
It was 2 years.
2 years.
Tomorrow, or as people are listening to it, it was yesterday because it's February the 6th. It's my second Wingspan anniversary.
Timing is everything. Couldn't beat the timing, could we?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I love that story. So it was your
great.
sister that got you into board gaming, into the modern world,
Yes.
and you were out shopping, and then on the shelf was a beautiful box of Wingspan. On the internet, I got you.
Yes. At first, I was a little shy and didn't know if I should buy it because I don't really buy things for myself, and it costed a bit. It has changed now.
You're not afraid anymore, right?
No. And I watched some videos, some playthroughs, and I fell in love and thought I had to get it. And I still remember the unboxing, the smell of the game, the cards, everything, assembling the dice tower, the birdhouse, and then getting to play it solo or with my sons. They loved it too, especially my older son, but now they both love it.
And do you play it mostly with other people, or do you play it solo? In the majority,
mostly with other people, but there was a time for the first 5 months of owning this game, I played it about 120 times.
Wow!
And it was both solo and with my sons. Mostly
how many times
players, a few games of 3 players.
And how many times have you played Wingspan now?
About 300, I think.
Over 2 years, sir.
That is That's fair play. And that's why That's why it's a world premiere. I mean, this is like the Wingspan addict.
Yeah, absolutely.
And have you got the expansions, or are you stuck to the core game?
I got the European expansion before I got the base game because I ordered it from 2 different shops.
Yeah.
And I tried to play it and to enjoy it as much as I could as long as I could before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adding an expansion. And then I added the European expansion, and now we are playing mostly with the European expansion and sometimes with the Oceania. But my older son doesn't like it, so only when I play with the younger one.
Is that because it adds too much complexity, or just like...
Yes, he said he likes the base game better.
Yeah, we often just go back to the core.
And the European.
Yeah, with the European part, yeah. Just sometimes it's simpler and quicker.
So I have a question. Do you have a favorite expansion?
For now, I think I would say Asia.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm still exploring it, and I like the new birds and the new activations.
Mm-hmm.
And I just played it yesterday with my sister for the first time, real 2-player, because I played it 2-player solo before.
Yep.
And it's fun, and it's quite refreshing to play it with the new birds and these new activations.
I need to try it. It's still in the box.
No, you definitely need to.
Yeah. Yes. It's because the box is upstairs and it's not downstairs, and I keep forgetting that it's here. It's a failure of putting board games up in a different room.
That's appropriate, though. It's your 2-year anniversary of playing Wingspan. You got to play Asia with your sister, who introduced you. That's pretty great. I like that. So now comes the difficult question. Do you, of all the choices, do you have a favorite bird in Wingspan?
So I had to get the European expansion to have my favorite bird.
Yeah?
Because, yes, It's I have two. It's either the Yellow Hammer or the European Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Very nice.
I have to go look those up now, and then to get the little app and hear the bird sounds.
Yeah.
Have you got a favourite egg colour?
That is a good question.
Yes. My older son has a favorite color. It's the light brown.
Yeah.
My sister calls it the golden eggs. I don't know. I usually choose the white eggs because they look more natural. I try to find the information about which color of eggs which bird lays.
Okay, that's another level. I was about to ask. Sometimes I play it with friends. Like I will put the same color egg on the bird. So if I choose a blue egg, then that bird will always get blue eggs. Other gamers, they just put any old egg, and it just sets me off. No, you can't have just random colors. So, but you go to level of actually looking up at the egg color that's required. I need to try harder at this.
But the game takes longer than.
I bet it does. Yes, look up animal, look up bird. I love it. And yeah, it's good. It's nice. And then, have you got time for other games, I guess?
Well, for the first 5 months, there were no other games. Like
that's amazing.
My sons wanted to play Ticket to Ride, and I said no. We play
In fact, you sold it just for the expansions. And you just one game in your collection, which is Wingspan.
But really, for the first 5 months, it was only Wingspan, nothing else. Then I started watching other playthroughs and Everdell and the Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Yep.
Castles of Burgundy. I fell in love with this one.
It's a great game.
My older son's favorite game.
Yeah.
We played. My younger son doesn't like it, but I play with my older son, and it's really great. And I started telling my sons about the games I watched the videos for, and then they said they listened to it, but they wanted they wanted me not to talk too much about the games because that was a bit too much for them. games all the time.
So when you in that first 5 months, when you only had Wingspan, is that when you started your account on Instagram and became WingspanGirl, or did that happen later or before?
Yes, it was. So I got the Wingspan in February, and I started my account in April, and my first post was in May. Because
Very nice.
I wanted to know more about games and know people. First I wanted the account to be able to comment on other people's posts about games. And I got like 100 followers without posting a single post, which was a surprise for me. And then I thought, maybe I'll try and post something. My first post was, of course, about Wingspan.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And usually people are ashamed of their first post because it's the start, but I'm quite happy with this photo, and so it all began. And it's much more than I expected to be.
It feels like you've been on the Instagram community a lot longer.
A lot 2 years. Longer.
It really does. It feels, I mean, I know we've been talking, I think, since the early days. Was that after lockdown? Or was we still in lockdown 21 as a back end, wasn't it? In terms of the pandemic?
Yes, it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And now you've got what, over 3,000 followers?
Yes, 3,100 something.
And you talk to everybody. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
There's always a good morning somewhere in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the friendliest Instagram community members that I know in terms of the good mornings. How are you? Always checking in. It's one of the things I love about Instagram is that, you know, we're all friends no matter where we are around the world.
Absolutely.
Yes, started to be more about friends than games.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So what's next? So have you got a big Instaversary thing going on?
Well, in May will be my 2-year Instaversary, but I don't know. Last year it was combined with the 2,000 followers milestone, but I don't know. This year it won't probably be 4,000 in May because
was that the one when I sat inside a bush in my garden? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, with a pair of binoculars. Yeah, they were good times.
Yes.
Things you do. He's going to observe birds from a bush in the garden with a copy of Wingspan on the shelf on the fence panel.
Your neighbors were thinking, "What is he doing?"
Yeah, well, they think enough. And has any games taken your time away of Wingspan recently? Have you got any new obsessions?
Yes. So now I always thought that Wingspan will be my favorite game ever. The only one favorite game ever. But now I have to.
There's a new favorite child.
Yes.
There's a new obsession.
Yes, exactly. I will have to do a obsession anniversary in
Maybe you should make another account and call it Obsession Girl.
Ooh, I like that.
2 personalities, and you haven't you're not trading one off. You've got your account about Wingspan and an account about your new obsession. Obsession. No, it doesn't sound. You don't know what you're going to get with that account.
Very true.
So I know you've been playing Obsession quite a bit recently. In fact, you even played the designer on Boardgame Arena. I heard, and only slightly lost. Close game.
Yes, it was a very good experience. And okay, I'll brag a little because he said I played very well.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Yes.
What is it about Obsession? So if Wingspan and everything it brought you in terms of your enjoyment for games, what does Obsession do that's different?
I don't know. It's the theme, it's the mechanics, it's the rule book, which I love. I know many people say the rule book is hard to read, but for me it's like a Jane Austen book.
I love it. Yeah,
I just
brilliant.
love all the whole background, and I admire the amount of work that the designer put into this rule book and into the whole game. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I do like that in the rulebook and the supporting documents is the background and history about why that mechanic or that room or that.
Exactly.
The depth of knowledge is incredible. And the theme, 100%, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I think we've talked about Obsession nearly every episode because we're massive fans.
Every episode.
So we've now got at least 3 fans in the world.
Right.
It is a wonderful gaming experience. And if anyone who's listening hasn't played it, they need to go and check it out.
Do you have a favorite house that you like to play? Or do you always randomize it?
It changes.
Okay.
I played a lot with the Asquith family.
Yep.
Then it changed to the York family.
Mm-hmm.
I tried not to play with the Ponsonby family because of the money thing. I don't want to seem too greedy.
It's who I start with.
Is it? Okay.
No. I quite like that family. It haven't got...
So change them so I can have different experiences.
Right. I learned from my wife that I should take Asquith more seriously because they get the extra family member.
Yeah.
The Dowager Countess. And it's like, oh,
Yes.
wow. Okay. I need to really think about that more often. Cause,
It's a good family. I do like that one. It does help.
Yep.
I think that's what's great. It is well balanced. Each of those families is
absolutely
not better than the others.
Yeah. Do you have a least favorite house? Probably a slightly more difficult question.
Yes. Well, I think I played the Wessex family the least time.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Maybe I should play them more often, just to try them out.
And do you have a favorite room?
I like the stateroom and the Cabinet of Curiosities.
Oh yeah, I like the Cabinet of Curiosities.
Reputation the most.
Yeah, it's a good tile. That's why I always try to nab when someone gets there before me. Or you see it come on the board, and I'm like, please do not move. I need that. Because it's also on a lot of the cards, isn't it? It's often a scoring card.
Yeah.
That room.
Yeah.
And have you got a favourite servant?
I like the cook from the upstairs.
Yeah, it's nice. Very nice. Yeah, the cook is a nice little adapter in terms of... very useful.
She is lovely. There's a servant's room that if you have the cook, you play the cook there, and it gives you 2 reputation instead of 1.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Secret ingredient.
Yes.
Sprinkling of magic.
Yep.
We were saying earlier that if anyone, I think there's been announced on the Facebook group that there's an expansion coming towards the back end of the year. It's not much more details than that, but a small expansion, but changes some stuff. But I'm sure Dan will share more with us in the coming weeks and months as that gets revealed. So I can't wait for some more obsession.
So I think next time you play with Dan on Board Game Arena, you should tell him that he needs to come on our show. We talk about his game every week.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
I've written that down because I think that should happen. So that, with particularly if there's some new stuff coming out, maybe some good time in there. Okay. Any other questions, PJ?
Last one. It seems to be going around and everyone's asking. I thought it'd be fun to ask you. If you could live in any board game world, what would it be? But more importantly, why?
Okay, so I will choose Obsession. But I think I would try to be one of the servants and not a guest.
Yeah.
Because the servants know more
about
the
They're more influential than anybody else.
Yes, exactly. And I just love the theme, and it's very interesting. Interesting things happen at that time.
There's a reason why you can get a T-shirt with an outline of all the servants,
and
not the guests.
Yeah,
exactly.
There is some really nice merchandise now as well in terms of the pin badges that Dan's made and the T-shirts. I think they're from Sir Meeple. I think is the shop. They are. I haven't got any, but they are nice. Very nice.
Gosia, you got some of the. You got the set, right? Didn't you get a set recently?
Yes, I have the set of pins.
Do you?
I still have to post about them because they are gorgeous.
They are. Yeah, they look really like high quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very nice investment. Have you got any questions? Go on, PJ.
I was going to say, these are 2 jealous men talking to you right now. We're both green with envy.
Have you got any questions for us, Gosia?
I don't know. Maybe about other guests you're planning to invite?
Well, you're the first Instagram guest. So we have got one other we're talking to, which hasn't quite confirmed a date. But if anyone who's listening wants to join in and talk about their games and their obsessions with certain games in their collection, I'm sure there's quite a few people who've got certain games that they would love to talk about. Just drop us a message. either at our Instagram account, Meeple to Meeple, or our individual accounts, The Cajun Gamer or Board Game Meeple. Get in touch, because it's great just talking to members of the community and hearing particularly that journey where you talked about Talisman and you talked about from playing games with your mum through to playing games with your sister, and that reconnection to the bird appearing on the internet page, and the rest is history. What a journey.
That is great.
To superstardom, a world premiere. WingspanGirl, Gosia. Thank you for joining us.
I'm glad it's not. Thank you. I'm glad it's not a video, because everybody could see me blushing now.
I've
been recording the whole way along. I haven't told you. No, we haven't got video running yet. But one day, video will be here once we upgrade.
One day.
Okay. Well, with that, thank you for joining us, PJ, Gosia. You're more than welcome. We'll listen and speak to you again soon.
Yeah, this was a real pleasure. Thank you so much, Gosia.
For me too.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. Please subscribe, and as always, we love to hear your thoughts and ideas. So make sure to leave those in the comments. And don't forget, you can also chat with us both on Instagram at Meeple to Meeple.